you're contesting from Kopari-Pachpakhadi constituency. This has also been a constituency of Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, and Mr. Shinde has had a long hold on this region, particularly. Was it a personal decision of yours to contest against Mr. Shinde because of the split that has happened and the family relations? Or Mr. Shinde's mentor is your uncle, so it's a bit complex and emotional issue for the people as well. So just tell us, like, why the decision to contest from Kopri Pachpakhadi?
So I work in a party whereby the decisions are made by the higher ones, and you need to follow it. We are the Shiva Senics, we are the Senics. So it's been always a decision from Uddhav sir, and we are very much clear on the grounds that whatever the decision comes from Uddhav sir, I need to follow it. And the same way this happened, that he said that we need to contest Kopari-Pachpakhadi. And I think with the years of experience what he is having as a party chief, if he thinks that I am capable enough to handle this situation and contest against the CM, I'm very much comfortable. I don't feel any pressure. The reason being, for past 3 years since the split, the party workers, the party workers who have been working since Dighe Saab's time, they have been blessing me, they are with me, they have stood beside me for each and every struggle what I have been doing for 3 years. So I'm very much comfortable on the grounds, and I believe that any karyakarta, any party worker who becomes a neta or an MLA or an MP or a minister is just with the blessings of the people. So if people decides to change this thing, they can do it.
Will your campaign have a strong emotional pitch that you are nephew of Mr. Anand Dighe, the late Anand Dighe, who is mentor of Chief Minister Shinde as well? And since the split particularly, we have seen Mr. Shinde routinely, regularly talking about Mr. Dighe's legacy and claiming himself as the real heir of Mr. Dighe. How do you look at him when you are projecting your name as Kedar Dighe, when you are...
See, I will tell you, to be very honest, my relations with Dighe sir is the blood relation. So I need not start with a movie to establish my relation, and not a false one at all. If Mr. Shinde is saying that he carries his legacy, see, it is what he is saying. The people has to decide. If you go around the Thane district and also in the Palghar district, you will realize the fact that each and every party worker who is there within Sena and anybody within Thane who really praises Mr. Anand Dighe. So Dighe sir was such a mentor for everyone. The way he had spent his entire life. So the people have seen and taken a lot of values, ethics and principles from him. They follow his footsteps, they follow what the social work he did, though being in the political party. So I believe each of these party workers, each of the senior most leaders within Thane, they have been praising him like anything. And these are the guys who follow his legacy. So anyone who is doing a good work for the society without his own benefits and interest, I believe he is the legal hire for Dighe Saab. Regarding Mr. Shinde, what he is talking about, I don't think that he really follows his values and principles. The reason being, Dighe Saab for his entire life had always been with Shiva Sena, the original Shiva Sena of Bal Saab. For 365 days, 24 hours, round the clock, he has been working for the people. So when this comes into picture, I don't think that Mr. Shinde is really following those values. Dighe Saab has never done his own advertisement for each and everything. The place where he used to stay, the Anand Mad, he never placed his own nameplate over there. But now these guys have placed their own party name along with his own name. Navratri Utsav, Ganpati Festival, Dahi Handi, anything you name it. Dighe Saab started with an intention that every caste, creed, religion should come together and be a part of all these things. But he never placed his name, never placed his photo, just to make an hype of everything. But these guys did the other way around. The latest episode was that people spend out money, they flash out money within his own Anand Mat, which Dighe Sahab never did it. And the one whom you treasure a lot, whom you praise a lot, you never stand before him in Hinduism along with your footwear and everything, and you stand in front of him and do all the things what they have been doing. Just for the sake of saying, it's good to hear, but people has to decide what they really want and whom they really treasure like a legal hire of Dighe Sahab.
But do you consider Mr. Shinde to be the political heir, at least, of Anand Dighe?
See, I won't deny the fact that he has never done a social work or never done the party work. But the thing is, for past 3 years back, what he had did was never in the blood of Dighe Sahab. Anand Dighe Sahab had always been to his last breath, has been very much devoted towards Bhagwa, towards Shiva Sena, the original Shiva Sena, and Mr. Shinde did the other way around.
You don't think Mr. Dighe would have had approved of the actions that of rebellion, of leaving the party with 40 MLAs? He would not have supported that?
No, what for? I mean, the question comes for what? Dighe Sahab never wanted to be a CM. Dighe Sahab never wanted to be a minister. Dighe Sahab never contested an election. Whatever Dharmavir Dighe Sahab did was for the people. He always stood for the people. He lived for the people, and till his last breath, he was with the people. So I don't think any personal intentions for himself or his family, those were never there, and that's the reason I think that Dighe Sahab won't have helped or rather supported this type of idea.
Okay. What Mr. Shinde has also said that there was a lot of injustice against him, and those bitter experiences made him leave the party. Do you really believe that it was that reason, or that his aspirations to be maybe chief minister of Maharashtra which made him left?
So two things. One thing is injustice against whom? Injustice against himself, or is he saying about Dighe Sahab? Because both the things he has said. First, he started with that there was injustice to him. Then he started with that Dighe Sahab was also been criticized, was also been in trouble. These people have never supported Dighe Sahab. Now, to answer both of these questions, first of all, we go to Dighe Sahab. Okay, Dighe Sahab had lived entire life within Shiva Sena. Okay, when Dighe Sahab expired, okay, for past 23 years, the most of the benefit or the most of the best of the things, if anyone would have, what is Mr. Shinde? He had been an MLA. His son had been an MP. He himself had become minister. Okay, the guardian minister of Thane. Then he became the urban minister. Now he's being the chief minister. When he got everything in this party, how can you define that there was injustice to him? Okay, or to his family? So, just for the sake of saying and just trying to convince the people, okay, that whatever the step he has taken for splitting this party is right. I mean, this is something very foolish.
Okay. You are a debutant candidate for this election, and you are contesting against a big wig like the CM himself. And again, there are lots of emotional, familial, political clashes between the two of you. How are you preparing for this contest? And what are your main priorities for this constituency, given the fact that Mr. Shinde has a very strong hold on this region?
See, while contesting an election, or whether the elections are there or not, as you said, first of all, I would like to clear that they are not something or anything that is very personal, not from his end, not from my end. The reason being is he is riding his car on a different road. I am riding my car on a different road. Both of the ethics, principles, values, the ideas are different. The understanding or fighting a big giant CM over here who is having his hold for past 20 years. The upcoming election is about development. I am asking a question that on the grounds that you have always been fought of development as a press reporter, I would request you that it's better if you go down the line and see what is Kopari-Pachpakhadi is all about. You would see that there are no developments internally, just making the roads widening, just making them something very glorifying everything, just making it lightning during the festives. Has that changed anyone's life? Has that changed the common person or the common public's life? There has not been a single change. There have been enough issues within this Kopari-Pachpakhadi which these guys have never addressed. I don't know why. And there are two, three things what I would like to highlight. In a constituency like Kopari-Pachpakhadi, whereby the number of people who are residing over there, they are not having a super specialty hospital till time. They are not having the water provision in a right way. People are in trouble for water. People are in trouble for electricity. People are getting trouble for the traffic jam day in day out. There is a big issue of dumping ground which no one has addressed. There have been enough of protests for that, but till date, till time, there has not been a solution. Now, when you are placing particular dumping ground in an area or in a periphery whereby the residents are there, just imagine the situation that we standing beside a dustbin. Okay, we can't be there for just 15-10 minutes, but over there day in day out the dumpers are all coming over there. People have to live over there. People, what they are experiencing is about the foul smell, and because of that their health issues. Who is going to address that?
Okay.
There have been stating that about the clusters, they have been stating about the slums, they have been stating about the redevelopment projects which are halted for past 10-15 years.
So your fight with your opponent is not on an ideological basis, but on development issues.
I would say both. Because the thing is, what you have been trying to convince the people through the movies is a false image what you are giving to the people about Dighe Sahab. And you are trying to projecting yourself, not Dighe Sahab. If you wanted to create a picture about Dharmaveer, then it should have been Dharmaveer right from the start till the end. But you never did it. You started with your own movie past the interval session of the first movie. And then the second one was also based on you. What for? Hindutva, what he is trying to explain is not such a narrow thing. In Dighe Sahab's dictionary, it was as such that if you are having, if you are saying that Hindutva is something really great, that doesn't mean that different religions are something very bad. You have to respect them.
Do you think Dighe Sahab was never against Muslims, or because in the movie, if you'll see, he has projected there have been comments against Muslims.
That's what I want to say, that you are projecting something different. So whenever the riots were there, you can go to Hajuri, you can go to Mahagiri, you can go to Raburi. Even today, there are Muslims who are praising him like anything. Those were the family relations what he shared. Those were not political. And till date, till time, even I am getting blessings from them. What for?
So he never made this division between
Never.
Hindu
And
Muslims.
he was above all these things. He never made a difference between religion, any caste, any creed, nothing. He understood only one thing, that I am there just to serve the people, and I will serve the people. He never during his tenure, I don't think that he has taken someone that you are from Congress or you are from Rashtrapati, you are a Muslim, you are a Sikh. Never. He just came up with an idea that people are coming with a problem and I need to resolve it.
So do you think, or are you claiming that CM Shinde has basically used the name and the personality of Mr. Anand Dighe to further his political career?
I have never said that, but Dharmavir 1 and 2 has started an idea or making a picture clear that he has been using it in such a way. He has been using it in the wrong way, and I have objected to it. Now, enough of their speeches of themselves and as well as their leaders for past 3 years, that had been always been in a way whereby they have been saying that injustice was done to Dighe Sahab. Where were you for past 23 years? Why didn't you raise a question? When you are saying him Guru here, why don't you ask a question to the people who are doing injustice? And for past 23 years, you have been keeping quiet. What for? You have been an MLA. Your son has been an MP. You enjoyed your ministry tenure within Shiva Sena, where Uddhav Sahab was the Paksha Pramukh. And you never raised a question. And now when you are split it up, 23 years you took to get a question asking that Dighe sir was in problem. There was injustice to him. Then as a student or as a shishya of Dighe sir, if injustice was done, then you should have raised the point on the very first day. You should have been aloof from all these things, but you never did. You enjoyed all the benefits of everything, and now you are coming up with all these questions. So this raises a question that where were your punches, where was your ideology? What you are saying that you are following Dighe sir. Dighe sir was never like that. If injustice is done, Dighe sir used to do left, right, center. He used to get justice then and there.
Right. But since becoming the new chief of Shiv Sena, there are two factions now, and the faction that Mr. Shinde is heading, he has definitely made an attempt to uplift the image of Mr. Dighe. We are seeing more on public, forums as well as hoardings. Whenever there is a photo of Mr. Shinde, you see Thackeray and Anand Dighe both side by side, and he's claiming that I am a student of both. These both are my mentors. Definitely outside the Thane region, more people have become aware of Mr. Dighe, and there is an idea that he is Mr. Shinde is the real heir.
See, I have always said one
Why
thing.
do you think this is happening? Why the use of Mr. Dighe in campaigning, or in the political personality of Mr. Shinde that's being built after Sena as well? How do you look at this?
So one thing is, if someone is praising his mentor, if someone is praising his leader who has developed his or who has helped him build a career, then it's fine. If something he is doing good for the society with their name, I am okay for it. But if you are projecting something about a wrong picture, and if you are taking a disadvantage about it, then I would object to it. When there comes a there comes a point whereby you are trying to project yourself, and what has not been done, you are trying to showcase it in a wrong way to the people, trying to convince them that whatever step you are taken about splitting this is the right one. You are trying to convince those people, and that is wrong.
What is particularly objectionable that you found?
So about Dharmavir 1 and 2, Dighe sir was never such in such a way. He never had this so-called Hindutva. He always, there was a saying called as Garva se kaho hum Hindu hai. That is true. Even I can say that, and I am saying it. But Garva se kaho hum Hindu hai doesn't make a sense when you say that wo Musalman hai, wo Sikh hai, wo Isai hai. You have to respect them for their religion from where they have been born. So this type of false projecting and making someone convinced for the wrong thing that you have done is objectionable.
Okay. So you are saying that he was never this Kattar Hindutvadi who was against Muslims, or who basically was anti-Muslim?
No, I am saying that he was a Kattar Hindutvadi, but he used to respect the other religion.
Okay.
He never did any politics coming up to the religion part or the caste. Never.
Okay.
He had taken everyone together and seen through it that the development of Thane city is done, that the people in Thane are getting benefited.
And and if Dighe Saab would have been alive today, he would not have had approved of Mr. Shinde's.
Though these ideas, what you are saying, you are giving enough of the reasons to convince people. First, you said that there was injustice to us. Then you said that Ajit Pawar never gave the funds from his finance ministry. Then you said that Uddhav Saab never gave time. Then you came up with an ideology, the idea stating that Dighe Saab, there was injustice to Dighe. So which are the reasons for what you have left? Something should be concrete.
Okay.
Every time you keep on changing, and then you try to convince, but when the people are not getting convinced, you keep on coming up with new reasons.
Okay.
That's not good.
So is in your campaign pitch, apart from these infrastructure issues, would you be also talking about to people about this misuse of your uncle's ideology, and the way he's being used and projected in Mr. Shinde's campaign?
See, I would say that this should come up from public. Okay. I know for sure what is wrong, but people should realize it, and people do know for sure that this something what he is trying to project is something wrong.
Okay.
The only thing is, if people are keeping quiet, I believe at the time of voting, they will get the right decision.
Okay. How was your relationship with Mr. Shinde prior to him splitting the party?
Always good. I mean, because the thing is, there was never self-interest. There was nothing to. I mean, there was no monetary relations. There were no any fights or any friction between me and him. Nothing to do about it.
Okay, okay. The Sena leaders have claimed that you're not even from the Thane region. You stay in Mulund, and basically you contesting this election is just
So I reside in. I'm having a my father's flat is there in Mulund, as well as I'm having my own flat in Vihang Valley, which is in Godbandar.
Okay.
Okay, so which comes under this Mahanagarpalika area. Okay, this municipal corporation area, and I voted during this Lok Sabha or the earlier election within this vicinity.
Okay.
Okay, so that means in 146, which is Ola Madiwada. So if someone is saying that, so they are having the half of the information.
Okay.
So that doesn't make a difference.
Okay. And what is your big aspirations for Thane? If you were to win this election, what are the big changes that you would want to usher in this?
See, the people have always been living with false dreams, false commitment for past 15, 20 years. I want to take them out of those. Okay, I want to make a real change for their futures. Okay, whether their son, whether their daughter, they should be safe, and that safety, I want to make it assured to them. I want them a good education. I want whichever school they go, whether it's a private or a public, the government schools, that should be absolutely great. They shouldn't feel that the ambience over there is not suitable for them to get educated. I want some academies over here whereby they can excel into those.
Okay.
I want the hospitals to be there whereby each and every poor to the rich, they should feel that okay, I am in the right place for my healthcare. I want something which is very much safe place for the woman. I want the roads to be absolutely intact, not a provision and the taxpayers' money going in the potholes. I don't want this dumping to be over there whereby the hygiene is going to be affected. So many of the things I want to do, but there should be a start of it, and I think that there will be a start.
Okay. Just one last question. After the split happened, majority of Shiv Sena's organization and cadre moved with Mr. Shinde. How are you? Is that a challenge for you currently? That do you have enough organizational support, ground support from your people? How are you working around this?
So right from day one till date, I have always been telling that the people who make leaders, okay, they are with us. The people who vote for these leaders, they are with us. So these leaders have left, not the people, not the party workers. And I'm very much happy and blessed to get all these colleagues of mine, get all these elderly people who have been working right from Dighe Saab's age, from his time till date, and with their experience, I am leading a very much successful political career.
Okay. And if you were to like this election would also like in the Lok Sabha election, we had this narrative that which is the real Sena. This time the question is who is the real heir of Mr. Dighe?
See,
are you ready to take that?
See, I will tell you what. Praising myself is not going to help. I believe that people should do it, and it should come out from the people's mouth. So if people start saying that, then it's worth. My relation with Dighe Saab was never political. Those were blood relation which no one can wipe it out. Okay. But when it comes to a political career, I believe that people should bless, and people should absolutely see the change what they never saw, never seen for past 15, 20 years. That would be a real Shraddhanjali to my
Right.
uncle.
But do you want to take on this question head on that, will this election really prove that who's the real heir of Mr. Dighe?
I mean, see, that people has to decide. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
See, my personal relations can't say that whether I am the legal heir or not. I am the
Okay.
absolutely legal heir because in Hindutva,
Right.
when you do the Agni part of your father or of your uncle, it's said to be the legal heir. So I'm been there on that particular thing. But I don't want to keep on advertising that. I am saying that let me work for the people. What the change they need to have, what the basic needs we need to fulfill for them, We need to do it. And what these guys have not done, they have given always the false commitment and false dream which these guys have been living for past 15-20 years. So let them come out of those. Let make them realize that you can have a better life. And if I can provide them with these basic amenities and have a better life, I believe that that would be the real Shraddhanjali to Dighe.